Hello, Godot. How are you? Welcome in. Hope everything is all right. There we go. How is Finland? You're from Finland, right? Yeah, good idea. Investment. Oh, and talking about this, I received Twitch payment yesterday. Wasn't much. It's 300 and something reais, my currency. And now I need to do the math and distribute that properly. Let me check my investments. I think that's the command, yeah. So Gregorio with 47. Marigan. It's not ordered correctly, but yeah. So you have 5. Yeah, so I'll do that. Overcane, hello. It's not much, but it's honest work. It is. That's true. Yeah, Gregorio. But it wasn't fair. I made a mistake because Sinispati redeemed lots of those points and shared it with him. So I shouldn't accept that. But yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll see how it works. Because my idea is to grab this money. So let's say it's 400, right, of my currency here. Then, and welcome in, Overcane, welcome in. So what I'll do is I'm going to distribute that according to the amount of investments, which makes sense, right? So Gregorio will have 47. Whatever. Yeah, that's the idea. Then I'll see if the values make sense. Otherwise, since this is an experiment, I'll share this evenly, and it is what it is. But yeah, and then when I do that, I have to reset the investment, start over. Then I don't know, try something else. But if you have any ideas on how to use these Geno points, please let me know. Okay, so let me open up here. Just let me check one thing, I'm sorry. I have another browser open. Why? Oh, okay. Was work stuff. I can never show work-related stuff here. I need to find a way to blur the image on the screen, you know? So I just press a button. To use the channel points overcame those redeems. See, so I am fortunate enough that I don't need the money that Twitch sends me. So last year I have received in total 600 reais, my currency. And it's not much. So I received about 600, which is, let's say, $100. You know, and yesterday I received 300 and something, so let's do 350, so $58. So my intention is to grab that money and buy gift cards, Amazon maybe, for those who use the points here as the investment option. See, so then I'm going to distribute that based on the amount of investments one made, send them gift cards. Because again, I don't need this money, it's not a lot of money. And even if it were a lot of money, I would still give back to folks who watch and participate. And yesterday I was thinking about adding a new command called helpful. So that it would be someone who say helpful and say overcame. So suppose Godot does that. So Godot is thanking you for something. Because Godot thinks that you gave a good idea to the stream or whatever it is. So he does that, and then I'm going to keep track of that. So at the end, I'll have the grateful person, which would be Godot, because he's the one who thanked, if that's a verb, thanked the people the most, and the most helpful person will be overcame. And the idea is to celebrate both of you. So the main point is I don't want to get anything for myself. I want to share with you who watch me every day. You know? It's a way to say thank you somehow. So I want to use that to give something back. That's what I want to do. I'm thinking about what can I give back to folks like you too. And so I'm thinking of what can I do. So I thought of this helpful command where it will be driven by the community. So people who watch will make this happen. And then at the end of a given period, something happens. And yeah, I don't want this to be subscription based because I don't have anything for subscribers. I don't have emotes. I tried to create them. I failed miserably, but I want to because I want to force myself to learn some art. But yeah, I'm talking too much. Hey Judith, thank you for the lurk. So I need to come up with ideas. Maybe I'll ask some AI to help me with that. Ideas to give back to the community. But really give back. You know, not saying, oh, now you have access to cool emotes. That's not giving back. Nobody wants to have access to emotes, right? Want to be helpful. Maybe I buy you a book, an ebook or something like that. You ask for the pro. Well, what would you like to earn being so helpful? And then I send you an ebook. I send you a gift card. I don't know. Yeah, but do you think it's worth it to have emotes? Does it somehow attract or retain people? What I want people to enjoy and have interested on, I think that's the correct word, is the content. Not, I don't know. I've been doing this for about a year. How do I check my Twitch? Cool. Let's see when I started it. Look at my rank. Recent streams. Oh, created account. Yeah, but my first stream, when was it? I think it was February. I don't know. Is there a way to see the streams? All time. Yeah, there you go. You see, my first stream was on February 7th. So it's going to about a year. Oh no, I started on January. And then February, I don't know why. Yeah, probably because it was the first one. Okay, so it's been a year. Been 1 year already. But honestly, an honest question over here, as all the questions that I make. Do you think it's worth it to add emotes? Do you think people would? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, enough. That's it. Do you think that somehow attracts people? Something like that? And by the way, I have a YouTube channel as well. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up and subscribing, I would really appreciate that. I want to start creating shorts for YouTube, but I need to think about what. To see if I can organically attract more people. I don't want to force, and I have received so many Discord requests of people trying to sell me their services, to say, I'm gonna help you make your channel grow, have thousands and hundreds of thousands of views. And thank you. I want this to be natural. I don't want bots or anything like that. Not worth for now, I guess. Need some more stable community. Exactly that. And again, in my head, I always want to give back to folks who watch. I honestly don't want to do this for the money or anything like that. Because I think for this to be worth, to be something that gives you money, yeah, I mean, you have to have like a lot of viewers and subscribers, which I'm far from. So for now, I just want to give back to online friends. That's my intention. And as I said, if I am to add emotes, I'm gonna try to do them myself. What the fuck is going on? Welcome back, you dude. Oh, you mentioned something. I asked you about on, scroll up. It was a covering wet ice outside. Ah. So I have a cousin who lives in he lives in Canada, and he's a Brazilian just like me. But he said that the snow is amazing the first time, but after that it's just a pain in the ass, according to him. It's just a pain. By the way, if you don't mind going there and quickly give me a thumbs up, and if you also don't mind giving a sub, it would help me with the numbers. Yes, there is a friend from chat, Trevor, which is another streamer, and he said that he hurt his back because of the intense shoveling in Norway. There was gonna be something like gift card for 100,000 points. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to give viewers. Yeah, that's when it starts to get dangerous, right, Godot? If you don't mind me asking, Overcane, which country do you live? Was it complete? There's this weird bug. It complains about this guy. Russia. Yeah, talking about code, I think you are well versed on the arts of code places. I was recently watching a short YouTube video on Yakutsk, something like that. I'm sorry for butchering the name. It's the coldest town on the planet. Yakutsk, something like that. It was this lady showing like her day-to-day life, right? Her life there. It's insane how people can live there. That's terrible, isn't it? I think this is it. This is the issue. Why is this a thing? The continue button when pressed sends an exit request. It makes no sense. Audio adjusts again. Yeah, it does. Definitely does, but man, it's intense. All the care that she has to take just to not die, on a daily basis. It's insane. The worst I've been here in Brazil is like you just have to use sunscreen and avoid being outside for too long, depending on the hour. That's all. And now there, if you stay outside for too long, you die. Yeah, good question, Guded. How do I let me see that, because there's many other times I completely forgot I did this. So let's see if it was I or so UI in gaming or SimSpatty who do this. Because if it was I can just what is it in game? If it was I can safely remove it or anything. How do I blame here? Oh, here. You git blame. Oh no, it was SimSpatty. So what did you do here? Fixed audio not updating issue. What? What is that? When you press continue, you emit the signal. And who's listening to this? Nobody's listening to this. What's going on? Yeah, I need to ask him later today. Why is... Maybe it was... Oh shit. Now I'm stuck here? No, I can't do anything. Okay. On to comment this out and... I need to check with him what that's about and why do we have an exit signal that doesn't do anything. So anyway, so let's get back here. So what I was trying to do yesterday was like mementos are items that can affect the player's stats, right? In this case, it's going to give me 10 fate points. And now what I need to confirm is this. So if I try to use the flame sword, it fails because it requires 2 points in fate. This is terribly displayed, but let's just ignore. So faith requires 2, right? So I cannot equip that. But if I use the memento, boom, I suddenly have 10 points in faith, which should allow me to equip this, but it doesn't. So that's the objective here. I need to make the connection. So the item connection is already working because it's already adding faith and removing faith. So that's okay. So what I need to do is that every time I equip an item, I need to check if there are stat changes to that. And if there are stat changes, I need to recalculate the requirements for these weapons. The requirement, I think I did that yesterday, didn't I? In use weapon. How would that... Yeah, this is the can use weapon, which is what defines, yeah, the scaling. This is the one. So every time I equip a memento, because the memento is the only one who is going to change this. Or equip something. When I equip, am I calling this or are we calling something else? Because we're calling equip weapon, but we're sending. Yeah, I don't think it's only for weapons. I think it can be something else. Yeah. Lots of things too. Many different places. So if I equip this... Oh. Yeah, that's the ghost button. So when I equip a weapon, it's not following that method, equip weapon, which is good because it's called equip weapon. But what happens when I equip a memento? I was expecting this to be called, but it's not. Oh, here it is. So we have the item type dot memento. This should... It's very not... Man, it's so many things that I hardly remember what I've done. Shoot. So let's just print the item itself. Is it? Stop. I Replace return with error throw. Yeah, so if it's unused item type, we give an error. Yeah. Let me for now just do this print debug and that not supported just to get it out of there. But I was expecting this. So let's see. So new game, confirm, grab it, equip that, equip memento. Okay, so we are equipping the memento. Very good. Since we equipped the memento, I'm going to do this, equip memento. This should be simple because it's just and I was thinking, talking about errors over Kane, I was thinking of ways to track more information, not about the player or anything like that, but to track information about the game. Track data and use that. Like errors when things happened and everything like that. Anyway, that's something that's for the far future. When I equip the memento, I'm already updating the stats, but then I need to recalculate the can equip weapon. Right, can use weapon. But the thing is that, okay, so a few things must happen. But since this guy changes, I need to check. What do I need to check? Oh, wait. If the player is already using a weapon, equipped. If it is already using an equipped weapon, if the stats change the weapon requirements. So that's the thing. Let me add a pass here. There we go. So I need to do that, but I also need to... Why isn't it working when I... So when I click an item, this was a change from yesterday, right? When I click the item, I by default disable the equip button, so it's not there. And then I say, okay, are we trying to equip a weapon? Yes, we are. Okay. Then you go and calculate this. So that's strange. It can use a weapon, which is the method that we already know, that checks for the player attribute. Ah. I think I already know what happens. Where is the... where is my code that I use, that I change the player stats when I equip an item? Editor panel maybe? Do we have... no. Item equipped. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, so this is where I go and change. But this is the problem now, because I'm changing the copy. Crap. And the copy here over Kane, I don't think you are aware of that. This is maybe new to you. Well, let me show you this. If you're still there. So something that we developed is here. So I have these fake points here. So as you can see here, I have 12 points to use, and I can distribute them. And as I add things here, I see the change on the right side. So as I add more faith, the right side keeps growing. And I can play with the values, right? I can say, no, let me do this, it's more important. So you can experiment, right? But they're not applied. Yes, exactly. So you do this, you play around, then you say, okay, this is good, and then you confirm. That's when I take the copy resource, which I have, allowing you to play with the values. When you do that, you cannot undo it anymore. Even if you get more points, you cannot remove more. You can only remove if you have temporary points. See? I am proud of this code. So what I'm doing is, that's the classic, yeah. So the issue here is that when I equip the memento, I'm changing the copy. So then we see so right now I have 5. If I equip that, I'm gonna have 15. I cannot change it. But the thing is, those 10 points were used in the copy, as we saw here. See? And not the original one. So maybe I should use the original one. Crap. Why did I do that to the copy? If you press confirm, then it will work. Good question, good question. Let me see that. Great question, actually. Confirm. Oh, it didn't pick the weapon. It does. Download my stats from the dump. What is this stat? It's for what? So you were correct over Kane. So that's why I'm going to do this. So I'm going to change the player's attribute. Oh, really? How do you do that if you don't create a copy of the stats? So ads are about to start in 18 seconds. Brace yourselves. I keep pressing F5 here. If it's a short answer, of course. You don't have to write like a wall of text. So I cannot equip that, but if I do this, I still cannot. And it didn't show up. Is the bro that does not affect the normal value? Yeah, I have that. It only happens when you confirm. But I'm curious, if you do not create a copy, how do you do that? How do you keep track of everything? Okay, so I'm using that and it's not showing up here. Why? Every time I open... Oh no, here it is. Here's the problem. So every time I... Okay, so I think I know what happens. Is that because it's already loaded, right? So it only displays the attributes copy. I'll check that in a minute. Give it. I almost called you dumb. So the thing is, every time I change the visibility, wait a second, let me test one thing. If I add some points, and I close and open again, I refresh everything. Good. Which means that I'm going back to the original value. So I think that none of this let me try something else. Regional attributes, available points. And I'm sorry for the extremely boring stream. I need to get this right. 2 debuggers now? Okay, really don't care about that. If I do this, yes, so I have the original there. So I don't need to do this. I could just say the user decided to reset everything, close the window before confirming. So when the person does that, they want to reset everything, right? So this is not required, because what I can do, I guess, is this. Do you apply attributes, available points? I think this will work, but I have to do player equals player attributes. Duplicate. Not sure, but yeah, so I go to the original and duplicate that again and send it to the copy. And then I display the values, label. This is not required anymore to print. Then I zero out all the temporary values that it distributed, and then I update So you can still play with it. If you close the window and open again, ooh, should be zero out. It's not. I just created a bug. But why? The available points, is it showing the correct value? Okay, let me try again and try to understand it. New game, confirm. Let's add 3 points. So 3 points in faith. For some reason, this is not removing. Why? It has nothing to do with this. The refresh is called on cancel button press and on visibility change. Called refresh, so it okay, so it called refresh now, which ran this code. So I get the original. Hello, Sinister, welcome in. Give me a second, folks. I need the fan. It's very hot. Hello, Sinister and Gregorio. I hope everything is alright with both of you. If you didn't yet, please go to this link and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Whatever makes you happy. It will help me with numbers. Did a long time ago. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so what I'm trying to solve now is that when I open the window, it sees the refresh. And then I do all the cleanup. What happens if I click the confirm? Update original source, which is this. Okay, update the original with the copy. What else do I do? I save the data to a file. I reset and I update and I say that the player confirmed the stats. This is being used somewhere else, but it's not my point now. I don't need to duplicate. So when I open the page, the panel, says overloading having 2 streams open at the same time. Yeah. Now, this stream elements thing has the multi-stream option. Instead of using restream, which I was using the free version because it's free up to 2, I guess. If I want to stream more, like let's say to TikTok or Twitter, I would have to pay. But the thing that I think it's not ideal is that when I go to my Twitch panel, I see that the bitrate is always red. So if you notice something off during my streaming on Twitch, please let me know. Quality or something. Because if it's bad, my internet cannot handle that, I should go back to restream. Oh man, I have a terrible headache. It's so annoying to be sick. So every time I refresh the page, I need to recalculate a few things because I have equipped something, right? I have equipped the memento, then I need to refresh it. So now if I try to use a weapon, it should use that, but it's not. Because when I hover over that, it is using what is it's now using the original, the temporary. So when I equip an item, I was changing the temporary. I was changing the copy values. And the character panel screen only uses the copy to display data. And so every time we do this, we're displaying the temporary copy of the original. So you can distribute points and play with it. But the problem while equipping an item is that when I equip a weapon, I need to see if the player can use that weapon. And to check that, what I do is I go to the can use weapon and I have to use the player attributes. I do not use the copy because the copy exists only in the character panel. So every time I equip something, I need to change the original attributes, which is why I made this change here. But when I do that, what happens is that it doesn't show on the screen what happened because it only shows the copy, right? So I have a disconnect between the two datas. Datas? Is there a plural for that? So that's why I'm checking the refresh, because the refresh is called every time the visibility on the panel changes. So if I do this, call refresh, so it's hidden, it shows, it's visible, it shows, it loads every time. Okay. Every time I refresh, what I want to do is, what I was doing is I was checking all the temporary points and I was removing them from the copy. And then on the available points, I am using the available points here. Now it's not updating here. Why? As soon as I send the copying thing, it just might be dense. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Sure. So Godot said that he has a stats code in the dump repository, so maybe that can be a thing that I use. Maybe I am overcomplicating things. But my brain cannot think of a way to keep track of what are temporary points and what are not temporary points if I do not use a copy of the original. So I create a copy of the original, let the player play with the copy, test, blah, 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 blah. And then say, okay, I'm done with the testing. So confirm that change. And then it happens. And then I say, okay, grab all the copy changes, all the test play. Now send it to the original and make that the thing. You know, because if you come here to the panel and suppose you give like 3 points here, and if you close the panel, you didn't confirm, so I have to reset that. Right? It's not resetting because I'm changing the thing. And it's confirmed. It's all wrong now. Let me undo this. Let me undo, yeah. Okay. So let's go back. So I only count that because the copy is being used only on this screen. This is the only place where the copy is being used, right? And for some reason the points are gone. Shit. Is that a bug? Sinesped, if possible, can you test this for me? Oh no, it's working. It was a me mistake. Yeah, okay, no need to do anything, sorry. I can distribute points, but and then we see the changes on the right. But it's not applied to the original one, right? So it's just a copy. That's why I have a copy, because you can play with it without changing anything. And the reason for that is if you do this and you do not confirm and then you leave and you come back, I move everything back to the original, right? And so suppose you do this, then you want to go out shooting people. You're not going to use, your life didn't change, you confirmed. Now the problem that I have is this. When I equip the memento, it gives me 10 points in faith. Awesome. But these 10 points are only in the copy. If I try to equip a weapon, it's going to say, you don't have 10 points in faith. Of course I do. But I do not have points here. But I do not have 10 points in faith because that's the copy. And everywhere else, I'm using the original attributes. So I think I can comment this out, because what I will do now is so when I reset, I say, okay, grab the original and move it to the copy. So You didn't confirm, so you should be using the original. And then the available points should be the total points that the player have used, and then we use this. Okay. Right. Oh my god, my brain is not working fine. Let's see. And by the way, Monday is a holiday for me. I will probably try to stream. We still have 10. But this is not in the original. Yeah, there is a duplicate. Good call. And I'm thinking if it is required, honestly. Because if it's not, I should be playing with the original, right? I think they give a reference. I'm not sure. We can test it out. So I'm going to equip that. We see the points here. If I do this, so let me open Godot Birch link here. Oh, you just created that. Thank you so much. And extracts the reference. Yes, that's correct. I think that if I do not duplicate, I'm going to be playing with the original. Okay, so this is you setting the stats. Value. Oh. That's smart, you did. I like it. Instead of having a copy of the resource, you have this. Okay, let me see. Let me see. So then you go to faith. Button pressed. Okay, so you're connecting buttons. It's the current value. I honestly download the program. You see how? No, yeah, I'll do that. But I already understand how it works. Very nice. Good idea, my friend. Good idea. Let me go there. Where's it? Games. Go. Yes. It'll be whatever you used. So you don't need a resource, an extra resource like I'm doing. That's very good suggestion. Okay. And then when you save, then that's the thing. Yeah. So you created different, yeah, you just had one stats. That's why you had it a 5. So we have, so let's try this out with faith. Uh-huh. How do you do this? You want to modify for your needs. For example, if you want to use ink. Yeah, sure. Why do you do the values here? Oops, I opened the wrong one. Oh, you just added this, but it's not, you're not using it anywhere? But honestly, I love the idea of the temporary value being a value here, instead of being a resource like I'm doing. Creating an extra resource and keeping them in sync. See, this is a good example for the the helpful command that I mentioned earlier today to you, Gilded and Overcame. Be prepared for ads. Value zero signal is basically if you want to use it for health. Yeah, like it's done. No more value here. Yeah, that's handled by a component that we have. So if I use the temporary value, so what will happen? Let's do it here right now. Say int. I'm on Copilot. Give it to me. Okay. What? Unexpected indent in class body. What are you talking about? Yeah. Is it 0? You're gone. Oh, got it. Forgot the column here. Column. Yeah, yeah. Good catch, thank you. Okay, so I do this, right? So I increment the temporary fade. I'm not going to check for now the max like you're doing here, which is correct. So I'm just going to do this for now. Every time I go there and I click the plus button on faith, I'm going to change this, right? And here, so every time I do that, I go to player attributes.temp faith, right? Temporary faith plus equals. Oh wait. In a sec. That's correct. You should limit temp to 0, otherwise they can decrease. Yes, but it's possible to decrease the stats. You can have like a stat that will remove 5, at least for now. So then it removes, if you have, it removes 5 faith points. If you have nothing, you get -5. So I need to check with Cinesped if that's expected behavior or not. But yeah, we should clamp that to a minimum of 0 if required. So if the player can use, so if, yeah, so this is going to happen here. So then I increment the faith by 1. So we don't need this anymore. We're going to player attributes, all available points. So we are actually changing the real available points, which is okay. So then we go update faith labels. So the temporary faith here should do this as well. Yeah, here we have an issue here. Because when you change the faith, I need to change the stats so you see the difference. Right? You see, oh, this is what happens. My health is going to increase by this much. My stamina is going to increase by this much. Good. That's what I want. Then you click confirm. Then I just come here to temp faith. So, okay, what is the temp faith value? 5. Okay, so send this 5 here to the real faith value. But before doing that, we should undo this. Otherwise, it's going to get duplicated. So spot health is 1. It's changing there. It's all wrong because I need to use the temporary value everywhere else. And I need to move this to a variable. But I need to type player attributes every single time. So when I remove this happens. Disable the button. Where else do we have faith related things? This is not the case. Man, this is going to simplify my life so much when I get this working. Thank you so much, Godot. And maybe Sinisperi as well have been warning me of this when I started doing the duplication thing. So on the faith labels, I'm using the original one. And for some reason it's not showing here. Why? Why? I'm updating the label. So when I change faith, oops. Wait a second. I check if we have available points. If we do, I don't need this anymore, but I'll leave it there for now. So I go in the temporary faith, I increment it by, oh no. Temporary faith 1, it's not increment. If it's 1, then I remove the available points. That's correct. And then I update. Why isn't it displaying that? Why isn't it showing here? When I add update faith labels, on confirm, on refresh, on faith plus button pressed. It's because I'm not using the temporary faith. Silly mistake. No, I should display. Good. If we have a temporary faith value, I'm going to do this, which I know I don't need anymore, but I'll leave it there. And then I take 1 from faith and I add 1 to the available point. So I give it back. here. Template. I'm always working with the temporary effect, temporary attribute. There we go. I'm working with the temporary attribute. So good. So I'm working with the temporary attribute. I'm changing the stats. That's okay. It's actually changing the real stat. Good. When I click confirm, what should happen is I need to, let's do that one by one. Confirm. So I don't need this anymore. Can I save? Let's skip all that. But what happens when I need to save that? What I need to do is, for now we're just going to consider the faith case, right? But the problem that I was thinking 2 minutes ago is that I'm changing the temporary faith, I'm incrementing or decrementing that, which is perfect. But to be able to display that information on the screen for the player, I am using the value of max health and max stamina, right? And I calculate that and I show that on the screen. Right, so if we come to the character pane, I'm thinking if I should have a temporary max health and a temporary max stamina. So let's go max health. See? So that's what I'm doing. I'm using the real max health to show that on screen. But maybe I should not touch this. I should also have a temporary max health. So when the player clicks confirm, I move the temporary max health to the max health, and I move the temporary faith value to the faith value, and that's all. And the temporary values are the ones that are going to be displayed here. Does that make sense? Yeah, I think it does. And it simplifies my life by a ton. Let's get to max stamina. So in the temporary, I'm gonna play temporary. I'm using the increment, which is totally fine. So I need to display here the temporary faith, the temporary max health, and the temporary stamina, right? Do I use it anywhere else? I do not. I'm displaying just the temporary stuff, which should still be working. There we go. So I'm only playing with temporary values. No need to copy anything. Godot, you saved my butt, my friend. I think you did. This can be improved, and I'll do that offline. Okay, so when we click the confirm button, what I will do is I'm gonna do it by hand here, but later we can add methods as Godot add. Yeah, man, helpful Godot, definitely. That's exactly the command that I tested yesterday many times, but I couldn't make it work properly. I'll make that happen. Ah. Okay, so when we confirm, what I want to do is, this looks awful, but yeah. Let me create a function here. Confirm faith. Yeah. So when I do that, what I want to do is that faith is going to be equal temporary faith. And that. I think that's all. You can still play with it because I'm not checking the, I'm checking these values here, temp, anger, temp, whatever. Useless in how not at all. Not useless at all, my friend. You carry me on your back. Wait a second now. Okay, so when I click the confirm, I bring all the temporary values that I have done already, and I use and I apply them to the real ones. And when I do that, I need to do what? I need to kind of reset them. Because now the temp faith, no, I do not, because they are the actual value. So suppose faith is currently 1, and now temporary faith after my changes is equal to 2. Max health is 500, and after my change, it's 510. And the same thing for stamina. When the player clicks confirm, I move this value to here, and this value here. So, oh crap. Now they're both in sync, they're the same. So if the player comes with more points to change the max health, it can do that. When the player clicks confirm, I go there. I keep doing this until the player has no more points. So that's what I'm doing. Confirm faith is doing exactly that. So the temporary faith is left intact and working as expected. So when I confirm, that works. But now the problem is that after confirming, this is still messing up. Because that's what I'm counting to see how many points a user spent in that. So I think, no, yeah, I think this is still required. I need to keep track of these. Or I should... Yeah, I cannot reset the temp faith to a 0 value. So I need the temporary faith. Every time I click the plus button, it's saying that I use the temporary faith point. And then I removed it. When I click confirm, I move the temporary to the original and I zero it out. Okay, so there are no more temporary faith points locally here. So the player did all, yeah, so this. So if we have a local temporary faith points, it means that I can undo that. Yeah. I do this. Now if I press confirm, I should not be able to go back. There we go. Not up, of course. If I do this, I could still play with it because I'm using the temporary values. Good. Should not go below 4. Everything is working. Very good. And again, I'm going to improve these names. Now we have 2 variables called temp faith. One is a local temp faith and the other is the attribute temp faith. And I hate doing this all the time. Player attributes and player attribute. Alright, so we have this working for faith. And I have to apply the same behavior for the other attributes. That's correct. But all of this came from the discussion. Just works without the copy. Now, when I equip a memento, what happens? Boy, I have to change. I have to change the original. Suppose I use a memento that gives me faith. So I have to change the real faith value. So let's add this memento there. I have to change it to be all faith-based. So let's go there and make this happen. Faith 10, awesome. So I'm using faith everywhere. So it gives me 10 points of faith, and the flame sword expects at least 2 points in faith. That's okay. So when I equip a weapon, item equipped, I need to come here and say clear attributes, and when I unequip that, attributes, I'm going to apply that amount to the given attribute. And okay, so in the inventory system, when the mouse is clicked, I go to the can use weapon, which then uses the real attribute. So if everything is working as expected, we should be able to use the weapon. Not now. When I do this bad boy here, I'm sure it gave me 10, but it's not being shown here. But so I'm still missing something. So when I equip the item, I'm doing this. What is the equipped? Faith. Player attributes faith. Then it receives the stat amount. Received faith points 10, which is what it gives me. Good, but it's not being displayed here. And that, I think, it's because of the refresh thing that I have to check. So every time I refresh the every time I refresh, the panel, I need to, so you used 3 points, but it didn't confirm, and then you close the window, then you open the window again, it should be gone, right? You should still have the points available. Those are your points, but everything else should go back to what it was. And it is. So this is not. Okay, so you spent 3 points in faith. And then you close the window and open it again. So those 3 points because every time you click the plus button, what I do is that I remove one value from the available points. So this is kind of correct. So if it's going to check and you see that temp faith, you just used some faith, and then you have that in your points. So what we do now is we go to the player attributes, to the temporary faith, and we remove that amount. Say, okay, you didn't use that. Remove that. And then we add those points back to the I don't need you. No, I do need you. So you go to the player attributes, available points, receive those points back, and I will display them. And then I'll zero out everything. So let's see if it's working. And confirm. So I use 2 points, close, open again. Very nice, so it's working. So I use 3 points, do not confirm, close, open, points are back, and the faith is here. Now, when we equip an item, we're going to the original, adding the stats there. It's not showing. it's not showing because when I equip, I am changing the faith value. But then again, it's in the temporary, which is not ideal, I think. Because when I want to equip the item here, I will not check the temporary value, check the real value. So that's why in here I'm going, okay, go to the faith and add that amount. And then this I believe is safe because when I unequip that, I undo that, remove that. I multiply the number by the negative value, and then I remove that son of a gun. But now the problem is, two temp values for what you did? Oh, well, the health boost or not, it's irrelevant here. What is important is the stat changes it makes. So if it's a health boost, it changes your faith, then it gives you more points in faith, which then increases your life points. Right? Can you hear the dogs? Of course you can. Right? Lots of dogs. We have 6 dogs here. And 1 at the farm. I say farm, but it's not a farm. It's a piece of land. 3,000 square meters. It is. So my wife loves dogs. So look at this. When let's say I unequip, right? So, shit, it's not working. What I mean is 1 temp value for items that increase it, and 1 for the level up. Yeah, that's an idea. As Sinis said, one bonus for the temporary boost. But the problem is, so then when I try to equip a weapon, I should, instead of looking directly to that attribute, faith attribute for instance, I should look for the faith boost, the faith plus the boost, I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah. So we would have a faith boost, which is going to be an integer, which is going to be 0. Right? Attribute getter should add the boost value. That's why I had the value total. The attribute getter should add. Ah, that's why I had the value total. Yeah, good point. So the getter should. Yeah, so let's see, let's create, where do we have the confirmed faith? Oh, here. And so we have the faith, oops, total. It's going to return an integer, which is going to return faith plus faith boost. But boots. And I'm not going to check the temporary faith because that's only relevant to me when I will be typing. When I confirm, the temporary is relevant just to display, not to use. The temporary is not going to be checked anywhere when equipping weapons. Okay, so the faith boost. So let's go here, or where? Here. So we're going to say faith boost. Receive that. Faith boost. Good. Now, when we want to use a weapon, I'm not going to do just this. We need to go and call the total of that thing. Now, how the hell am I going to say I'm using faith? So let me call the faith total. I'm starting to think that, I'm not going to do that now, but I'm starting to think that I should do as Godot did in his example. I don't know if you did that because it was just one stat, but you had a faith resource. That's all. But I don't know if it would happen at all. So I would have a faith resource, an anger resource, and so on and so forth. So what I can do here for now, yeah. Okay. I thought you would have, you were thinking about separating them to have like different objects. So if that is, no, not the stat value, the origin. If the origin is faith, then stat value equals faith total. Oops. Ah, my crap. And then I check if this stat value for that specific origin is this. If it's not, then false, otherwise return true. So then I grab everything. Now, if this works, it's the best way possible to end a stream. Let's check the weapon. I cannot use this bad boy, but if I do this, oh man, I probably did a face like, oh, I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I'm using the faith boost, never ending stream. Faith boost. So the faith total is the total faith plus faith boost. Can use weapon. Let's see what we have here. Uh, it's correct. It's 10. Ah, son of a bitch. It's faith and hope. Oh. So I cannot equip that, but if I do this, I should. Look at that weapon swinging. Swinging. It's working. It's not showing here, but now it's working. Now if I... Oh, I cannot unequip even. That's curious. So now we need to check the first, of course, the unequipped thing. But we need to check this, the following situation. When I remove the boost, it's going to remove 10 points in faith. I need to check, is the user using a weapon? Yes. Check the weapon stat, scaling and requirements. How it requires 10 faith, but now faith is 8. So unequip that. But that's a tomorrow problem. I'm not going to push this in this patty because it's not ideal. It's far from ideal. Not because of the implementation suggested by Godot, which was awesome, because of the code quality. I'm not going to push that. But yeah. Ooh, what a good day, good stream. Very, very nice. Do you have people watching? I have made a new snake. Ooh. I want to see that. Oh, we have 6 people watching. Thank you so much, 6 human beings. I appreciate that. Is there anyone we can raid? Who is live? Any suggestions on someone to raid? Bumpy Choco, welcome in. How are you doing? Do we have Godot people here? Let me look on my screen here. Dino, you're here. What do you mean no sound? Ah, you don't have sound? It's not the same one shared yesterday. Oh. What are we going to raid? Why do these people do that? They use the Godot flag label, but they don't do that. Godot unit. Oh, fuck that. Okay, let's go to Itzoik. Eddie's OT. Oh my god. There's raid button. Oh, is it? Sinisped is investing hard in the company. Thank you for the pin. That makes sense. Appreciate that. If I go to stream management, blah, 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 that is a raid. Raid channel. Similar. What is that? Too many options. You know what? You can click tags if you follow. Oh. Did anyone send me raids? Oh, he's working on his game. Very nice. Same category. Oh, that's very cool. Oh. Let's go there. That was a great suggestion, Dinah. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let me grab my headset. Otherwise, I won't listen to him. Okay, friends. I really appreciate you. Have no idea how much I'm thankful for your presence here every day. Really like it. So thank you so much for your patience. Godot, hero of the day, my friend. And hero of the day, maybe that's a good thing to have here as well. Let me take notes. Wait a second. What is it? Twitch ideas. Ooh. Hero of the day. Oh my crap. Do this. Do the thing. It's not doing, but yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Okay. Thank you. Be good. Bye-bye.